Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. Actually, we're coming at you with a garage souffle. We're going to shuffle the garage random tank out of my garage. I have 731 of them in there. So we will choose a tier, we will choose a nation, and then we'll randomly choose a tank that I have in my garage at that tier with that nation. You know how this works. That's how it's going to happen. All right, that's how it's going to happen. So let's get going on this one. Notice I put the L tractor there, just to let you know we could play the L tractor. Could be tier one. You never know. You never know. Let's get the random number generator up. You can see that we've got min 1, max 10. That should work. Math in public for the tiering. I believe so. My mic is really far over here. Is this better? I hope it is. All right. We're going to generate a couple numbers. Boom, boom, boom. Couple 3, 7, 10, 5, 8. Okay, here we go. Ooh, the last one was a 10. Here it is. This click. If it doesn't move, it actually picked 10 again. I don't know. It's not perfect. This is not a perfect science. Here we go. It picked a 6. Good tier. Also useful in that it helps me with Battle Pass. Very nice. All right, so tier 6. I should write that down, but I'm going to try to remember it. We've messed this up in the past. We have failed miserably in that regard several times. We know there are 11 nations. We'll go from the tech tree straight down. So number 1 being the top, whatever it is, US or something. So we'll give a couple practice generators here. All right, next click is going to be the nation. I almost said the tier. Tier 6, nation number 3. Nation number 3. USSR, is that right? Or is that Germany? Let's find out. Uno, dos, tres, the USSR. There are a lot of tier 6 tanks from the Russians, so this is going to be very interesting. Tier 6, Russian tank. There are a lot of good tanks at tier 6 with the Russians as well. So let's go ahead and find out how many tier 6 tanks Guido has in the Russian line. It looks like 15. All right, some of them are behind the camera right there and behind the little icon thing, but we'll start from the top left with Loses as number 1. Across to the right, back down to the MT, and across to the right. That's some interesting ones here. You got the 3485M, you got the Loses, you got the KV2, got a Su-8, could be a bummer. The legendary Su-100Y, the great big giant TD. We got a KV1S with the autoloader and whatnot. Is that the autoloader one, or is that something else? I don't know. Lots of very good tanks here. Okay, so 15 tanks. Queso is a cheese. It's delicious. No, it's not a cheese. It is cheese. Pretty sure that's right. 15 different tanks in my garage at tier 6 with the Russians. The tank is a couple practices. I'll let you know. All right, here we go. Tank numero. This means number 6. All right. Apparently we're doing some of this in Spanish. All right, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. The KV2, my friends, we have landed. Is that correct? That is correct. We have landed squarely on the mighty KV2. This should be very interesting. Cool. All right. I've actually got this thing set up. I have a crew in it. That's different. Usually have to make a crew. I've played it a lot. You can see the elite system has me at 276, whatever that means. I'm using vents, rotation, and rammer. I might change that. I'll have a think about it in a minute. That's where we are right now. 25 HE, 4 of the armor-piercing gold ones, and 4 of the other armor-piercing. A couple large consumables, and a fire extinguisher. We may throw food on there. I believe we will. So let me go take a look at this. We'll come back, and then we'll look at what my record in it is and what my stats will look like or what the setup will look like. Well, my friends, I did not change it much. I did switch over and put an IA on it. I got rid of the IRM, which is pretty useful because it is a bit of a sluggish tank. You can see the crew is 3 skilled working on the 4th one. That's pretty darn good. I may look at that. I'll probably change some of these up now that I look at them, but well, I'll take a quick look at those. I'll let you know if I do anything significant with the skills. I think they're kind of where I want them to be. If we take a look at the stats, so what we're going to have is obviously the 700 Alpha. We've got a bunch more. We've got a bunch more for shooting the HE. Gun loading is 18 of 19 seconds essentially. 3.33 aim time and a 0.5 dispersion. Even with food and an IA, We only get it down to 0.5. That is basically artillery levels right there. 2,221 average DPM, but that's going to change with shell types a little bit. The speed of this thing is going to be 35, which is okay. 11 backwards, very slow. We have concealment's terrible. Spotting is marginal. You know, this thing is not about hiding in bushes and sniping. Although it is funny when you take a big sniper shot with one of these and it actually lands it. Survivability we didn't look at, so the armor is 960 hit points anyway. The armor is 75 hull, 75 turret, not amazing. It's okay. A little bit of angulation will sometimes help it out, but this is really all about the derp. You just want to get up in people's faces and take chunks off with the HE. A little more difficult with the HE changes that happened in the last several years. How many has it been now? A year, 2, something like that, maybe 3. Working on 3. So you have to be a little bit more careful with the aim, but you can still get some big results out of the HE. How have I done in this thing? Let's take a look. I'm 63% win rate over 1,005 battles. I used to play this quite a bit. When the HE, before the HE change came along, it was a great way to make cash because the old HE always does damage thing. In the past, with this particularly large gun, that was very much true even against tier 8s. Now it's a little trickier to use the tank, but still not a bad tank in terms of making cash out there. We've got 894 average experience. Did they change the order of these things? I feel like they did. 276 elite system. Oh, they added elite system. That's what happened. Did they get rid of assist? What is happening here? Didn't they used to have assist here? Oh, that's irritating. They put the elite system and got rid of the assist? Or was assist never there? I don't know. I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Anyway, there's the stats. So what do we got over here? We're hitting with 65%, which is pretty good. Full disclosure, there was a long time where I used the 107 on this thing for some strange reason. Survive 51%, 63% win rate, like I said. 2 to 0 damage ratio, 3.27 destruction. Armor use at 0.35, so that's not even really a great turret, to be quite honest. About 0.5 is where you start to see the situationally good armor. It's okay, it's helpful, but nothing to rely on for sure. 1,200 average damage, 266 assist, and it looks like my maximum damage was 3,224, and maximum kills is 8. So that's what we've got, my friends. We are going to play the Tier 6 Ruski KV2. Let's just take a quick look. I bet I'm not above 85% in this right now. Nope, 82.46. So I did 2 mark it at some point. We'll see what happens with this game. Let's play, my friends, the Garage Souffle. I'm excited for this. I hope it goes well. The KV2. Okay, not the best KV2 map. Also, okay, tier 7s. I thought those were 8, so that's a good thing. Serene Coast spawned into the south, the standard battle, and I think there is an LEF. That's going to suck quite a bit. I think I'm going to, I don't usually go this way, but I am going to go, I'm going to go down here and see if I can take chunks off of people. We'll go ahead and load up HE right off the bat. We're going to come through here, but we're going to cut right real quick here because I don't want to be seen by potential light tanks like the Leopard posting up here on the southern part of their land over there. They can see you crossing, and then you lose chunks from their snipers over there. Oh, good. We lost a Wolverine immediately. Wow, that was impressive, dude. 35 seconds or so and you're dead. All right, good. What? That was awesome. Okie dokie. Oh, no, go into the drink. This is a sluggish tank. It's a big tank, has a massive turret. The turret is slow, so moving the turret and taking shots can be tricky. One trick there is to think about moving your hull and your turret at the same time. That will give the rotation of both added together. Alright, so good, good. Now, if we can... Oh, that would have been awesome. So that's the kind of snap-a-lama-ding-dang that you want right there. This dude's getting kind of beat up, but I got 12 seconds, which is unfortunate. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Come on, come on. Get there. Well, oh, they have a KV2. Didn't see that. that is a little bit concerning. It wasn't really a good weak spot aim I just did. Uh-oh. That's no good. BZ took us. And it's unfortunate that BZ came out here. It's just not a lot I can do about it. Wow. Yeah, see, that's the difference with HE these days, guys. I went right into that thick armor and I got nothing out of it. That is unfortunate. If I can get him to shoot, I'm going to push in on him. There he went. All right, I'm going. Maybe the M10 can give him some trouble from the other direction. Yeah. Now the LEF is going to prioritize me. I'm going to start eating LEF shots here for sure. Unlucky. Wow. Yep, there he is. He's going to start shooting both of us. Oh, he's going to give me a chance to get around him? Okay. I like it. Okay, we'll do that. That works. Oh shit, he's gonna. Oh, he missed me. I like it. He's making a runner though. It's faster than I would like. No, you're kidding me. No, what? Holy shit. Wow, dude. All right, I'm leaving that. I'm leaving that. That's going to be the garage souffle. That, wow. And then he nuked me. Nearly a one-shot. I shoot into his side. 0 damage. Wow. Man, if that does not... how do you put this? If that does not explain essentially the state of HE in this game, nothing does. Now, I was just auto-aim, so I probably should have zoomed in a little bit, aimed at a part of the tank that wasn't the... I'm assuming I hit the mantlet with that shot. That wasn't, you know, the mantlet. So it's going to center of mass with your auto-aim, which is, if you look at the tank, is kind of around where that great big mantlet is based on the center of the tank. And that's where my shot went, to a heavily armored spot. And he got into the side of mine and absolutely nukes me with that shot. And I will tell you, if we lose this game, it's not necessarily just that, it's everyone's efforts, but a big part of losing that game will be that little RNG exchange, dispersion / RNG exchange that just didn't go our way. Wow. Yeah, so I could have done better with the aim spot, that's absolutely true, but holy cow. You know, 7 hit points, is that what he had? Yeah. And somehow that big old gun did no damage. I don't know what the answer is on the HE, fellas, to be quite honest. On the one hand, I understand why it was changed. It was a bit of a brainless mechanic. And in the past, the possibility of him surviving with 7 hit points was near 0, unless it was a total miss. Highly unlikely for him to survive that. So he was able to survive it and continue, and you've got kind of an interesting situation that just went on in the game right there. So that's the one hand. On the other hand, that was the whole gig that the frickin' tank had. Its entire personality and purpose was built around that kind of thing where you go, ooh, I'm going to out-reload him. There's near zero possibility for him to survive. Another way to look at that is there was still not really a good possibility of him surviving, right? I had to hit directly into something like the mantlet in order for him to survive that, and that's exactly where I hit. And I knew as soon as I bounced, I'm like, watch this. Didn't I say it? I'm going to get pinned. And I absolutely pinned and destroyed with 800. That. I mean, the alpha on that is 900, right? I believe. Holy cow. So I took 6 shots, guys. I hit with 5, and I only ended up with 676. How many? Did I have 2 or 3 shots where I did no damage? 196 to the armored front of him. I did 480 to the BZ. That was that was a wild game, dudes. That was a wild game. And honestly, that in a nutshell is why I've more or less put this tank down. I know it's still possible, and the HE is still effective, and especially if you're able to hit weak spots, which is difficult with this at times, unless you're nice and close. Some of that capability still exists, but really the fun of this tank, to be honest, as irritating as the negatives were, the fun has been more or less obliterated. It really has. You have to. It's a little sweatier, I guess. If you're going to get to the point where this big 900 alpha gun is doing the things it used to do, it's a little bit sweatier. So 910 is the average damage. So he got me good there. All right, cool. There you go. Garage Souffle. A little bit disappointing. I thought we were on a roll right there. Things were looking good. Thought I had that other KV2. Holy cow. RNG dispersion. The game just decided that he is not going to lose, at least that engagement, and off he went. So what did he end up with? He got, he had one shot. Me. That's it. One shot, one kill. All right. That's that's unreal. Last thing before we go, let's see what happened to my mark. Did it go up or down? Way down. Holy cow, look at that. Just dropped to 79. All right, cool. That is all I've got, guys. Thanks for coming by. Have a fantastic rest of your Friday and a good weekend. We'll see you on Sunday for Coffee Talk. That's all I've got. See ya.